Outside of the staff, obviously on the other side, we have volunteers, and we are extremely lucky to have a cadre this year of about 175 volunteers, which are managed by the 24 or so folks that make up the NTDC Planning Committee. And like a lot of volunteer committees that I've encountered over almost 30 years of working in the nonprofit world, working with volunteers, and especially those that are tremendously engaged and truly passionate about what they're doing, like the volunteers that help bring all of this together. Managing them is a lot like herding cats or nailing Jell-O to a tree. Luckily, we have strong-willed executive leadership on the NTDC committee, and it takes a lot of very strong-willed leadership to bring them together to reach decisions that make this event better and better every year. And this year is unlike any other year. And again, we're lucky to have a very strong chairman who has managed to corral all of these folks and get them to turn out an exceptional NTDC and National Step Van competition this year. We have about 1,800 and some odd folks in this room tonight, which is probably a record. And next year in Indy, I sure hope we can break that. So it's really my pleasure to ask Jeff to come on up to the podium for a sec, and like to recognize you as the Volunteer Leader of the Year for the NTDC event. Jeff. And just a little bit of history. Jeff didn't just come onto the committee. I'm sure he came on kicking and screaming, but he has been with the committee now for 13 years, and whether he likes it or not, he's got at least another year as immediate past chairman. So Jeff, thank you very much. Thank you. It's been a pleasure this year. It's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brian. It's very nice. So, a couple final remarks before we depart. Again, I would like to thank many of our sponsors and volunteers, Brian mentioned, but I have some special thanks that made this an successful event to me, people that supported me, and I want to recognize them. And first and foremost, our drivers in this room. I'd like to thank all 431 of the safety professionals at this competition for allowing me the honor to serve as your chair this year. On behalf of the NTDC committee team, we hope you found this to be a professionally rewarding event and an event to remember for a lifetime. So thank you, drivers. So Brian talks about support. So to the ATA staff, Maria and Brian and Jacob, especially Brian, I appreciate all your support this year and throughout the competition, but I really appreciate the coaching. I learned a lot from you. You're very methodical about the way you do things, and there's a lot of behind-the-scenes things that I didn't know about, so thank you for your coaching. Jacob Pierce, man, thank you for all your hard work and behind-the-scenes planning to help make this a successful event. I had no idea there was this much groundwork months and months ahead of time, and especially when we have like a new venue here with a Jumbotron and all those working parts that Brian spoke about. Jason does an excellent job and keeps us all on track, so I appreciate that. I brought this up in the driver meeting. I have to bring it up one more time. Jason Otten of the Missouri Trucking Association, we sincerely appreciate the custom-made course fixtures that you fabricated this year. They are second to none. These additions have certainly raised the bar of the professionalism on the National Skills Course. The NTDC committee team would like to express our sincere appreciation once again and thank you very much. Very, very custom. Special thanks to Laura Atkins, Robert Foskey, Jamie Hofer, Nate Lewis, Richard Turner, Kurt Valkovic, Fred Whiteley are the NTDC team members added this year that were essential to our continuous improvement plan that Brian spoke about. Each team member brings many years of championship expertise that was clearly demonstrated this year. I want to thank all of you for your hard work this year and your dedication to these championships. Thank you very much. You made a big difference. Team leads. Jason Wing, thank you and your team for creating a challenging skills course Thursday and Friday and a finals course today. And thanks for running on time. Very good. We love that. Mr. Sam Fawcett, thank you and your team for creating another challenging pre-trip defects and another very smooth pre-trip inspections this year, Sam. Thank you, sir. Mr. Mark Corder, thank you and your team for locating equipment, preparing equipment, hostling equipment to the skills course, and helping coordinate the Saturday parade. Thank you and your team, Mark. Don Egley, thank you and your team for coordinating the contestants, ensuring both the pre-trip and the skills course were supplied with drivers to keep us on time. I've had many drivers come up to me and say, hey, this was a good year. I wasn't delayed a lot. And it starts right there with you and your team, Don. Thank you very much. And finally, the last team lead, Dave Yamamoto and the scoring team. Thank you for your behind the scenes of setting the running order every day, keeping us timely, the accurate data entry, and providing the course scores for the Jumbotron this year, which was another add to your job. So thank you very much to the scoring team. The duck, our mascot, John Mallory. I'm sorry, John Mallory and his wife Diane for being the NTDC mascot duck throughout the week. That brought so much enjoyment to the group and especially the little ones. So thank you. And finally, a special thank out to Greg Pawlowski, Senior Director of Safety for Conway Freight, for his total support of my efforts as NTD Chairman and the many requests I had for him this year. Give me 100% total support, and Greg, I really appreciate that. So, well, with that said, it's my pleasure to turn the gavel over to Mr. Larry Bazell, who assumes the role as NTD Chairman for 2016. Larry, please come up on stage.
I won't hold you any longer. Have a safe trip home, and we will see you in Indianapolis in August 2016.